I haven't even clicked. There we go. Hello and welcome to everyone to the BRL Breakout Racing League Tier 3 live here in Australia. The first of equal tier racing, a 16 driver grid for tonight. We're missing 4 drivers, but I'd have to run down the tier standings to get those 4 drivers as I'm not my phone right now. But I'm your main commentator. Once again, as I see Mitchie do a half spin and save it. But back to what I was saying, I'm your main comms XB2 tonight, and alongside me here will be the Canadian Domenico, who raced in the realistic tier, so he will have some great information for us. Domenico, how are you doing for Australia, and what are you thinking for tonight's race?
I'm feeling pretty good. The action in the past couple of tiers that we've had in F2 and realistic, there was plenty of action up and down the order. So I kind of expect more of that today. We'll have to find out. Weather report, it's going to be a entirely dry weekend, so strategy it might be a little bit interesting. We can see people going for the ultimate. We'll just have to find out what they do in qualifying. But yeah, pretty pumped and excited to see what goes on.
Yes, as the first driver to start a lap will be the Alpina Kieran Evans, but Australia, you can also, like Canada, it is somewhat of a hybrid street and regular circuit for the F1 part. I'm not sure where it is a street circuit, but I do know that somewhere in this track it is street circuit classified, but everywhere else it's just a normal circuit. But you can probably tell the stream that, not me. You probably know more than me, but yeah, you get the point. But Australia, it has 3 DRS zones, one on the main straight, the other one on the straight after, and then the third and final DRS straight will be going out of Sector 2 and going into Sector 3, which is basically where Kieran Evans is right now.
Yeah, overtaking may be a little bit difficult around here, though, because obviously the DRS straights, they aren't that long, and considering the fact that everyone could be sacrificing their setup for a lot of downforce, which can be proven to be useful, we could see a bit of a difficulty in overtaking. But, you know, it's Tier 3. Anything can happen.
Yes. Tier 3 would be, if you ask me my opinion on Tier 3, it would be, I love Tier 3. As Kieran goes top for 22.9, Potato went P2 for, not P3, P3 now in the mediums with a 23.6. Mitchie P4, 25 flat, but Ardell in the Red Bull, never mind, he goes P2 for 22.6, but the pole position will go to the Aston Martin of Goofy. Well, I haven't seen much of Goofy, but when he's been there, he's been on par with the top guys. Silencer went P6 in the mediums Alfa Romeo of 23.6, Skeppy P4, but all eyes are going to be on the Ferrari of Rod and the Mercedes of Gary, considering the championship battle.
Yeah, the championship battle is starting to close in. Obviously, there's only 5 races left in the championship. It's crazy how quick this season has gone by. And as of right now, doing the math, only the top 4 in the championship are mathematically in contention. So that's Ron, Gary, Ardell, Ishigo. But Ishigo, he needs to win, and for Ron to not score if he wants to stay in contention. And we know Ron has not DNF'd since Hungary, and his lowest finishing position has been 7th in the past couple of races, and he's been on a podium streak. So I wouldn't entirely count on that.
Well, DHT's gonna have some like big luck for that to happen here tonight, because we said it week in and week out. We said this for half the stream last week. Ron's consistency. He was on 2 warnings for for what, 38 laps, 37 laps? As Bad Bunny went pole, but Goofy went out on another lap and went pole again. So it seems like Goofy probably getting some more laps in. But Ron, like speaking of P5 for 23.2, but once my phone loads up the constructor standings, unless you already have it up.
I do have it up, and oh boy, is it interesting.
Right. Yes, go through it. I heard it was very tight.
Oh, it definitely is. So as of right now, currently leading the constructor standings is Mercedes with 277 points, just a singular point ahead of Ferrari. 277 for Mercedes, 276 for Ferrari. Then a further 8 points behind Ferrari is Alfa Romeo with 268. So the top three are super close in the constructors.
Yes, the phone finally pulled it up and I'm looking at it now. Red Bull only 29 points off Mercedes, so you can't count out Red Bull. They're only 20 points behind Alfa Romeo, so any of the top three teams step on each other, and tonight I think we can see Red Bull making a little bit of a statement here. But speaking of Ferrari, Whiffy goes P5, actually best his teammate, but it seems like Ferrari, at least so far, has been a one-man team. Let's see if Whiffy's able to turn that around. I'm trying to look for people that are on a lap. I believe Dix Ishigo is on a lap. No, he's invalidated. I'm trying to see if he'll go for a second run, which he is.
I think the next person's Quick Tongue. I think he's not going to best his lap time. No, he's not.
No. So Ron ain't going for another run. He's going in for his end lap. So I think it'll be Dixie Ishigo as he's invalidated again. So no one's on a lap right now, except for Quick Tom, which he's probably getting some practice in.
Well, he is using batteries, so maybe not.
Well, Kieran is coming across the line now to start his lap, so
just looking over at the tires right now. Right now, it's a pretty split strategy well, I would not entirely split, but right now I am looking at a total of 6 people out on the medium compounded tire, with the highest being Potato in P8. Obviously, the difference between the mediums and the softs is around 1.2 seconds when their tire life is at 0. But that can obviously change in the race.
I saw that little drift from Kieran Evans and Alpine as he's turned off his battery, as he's no longer on a lap. Potato, I believe, is just now going through Sector 1. Let's see what his Sector 1 time is in relation to his medium run. Must be higher, yes. Higher by 0.2, 23.4. That will actually keep him P8. But with considering the fact that if he doesn't validate or even make any mistakes, he's bound to go quicker. Like you said, the softs are quicker by the mediums. So as long as he doesn't validate or make any mistakes, like I said a minute ago, he will improve 4/10 up on his lap time. Now, going through the fast chicane. Fast chicane will be a problem here tonight, as if we surprisingly only saw it one time in realistic with Aston Martin and Vardell, actually.
It's not only just the fast chicane that's also going to be an issue. Turn 2 and Turn 5. Turn 2, obviously, you immediately switch to the left after turning right for Turn 1. Then Turn 5 can be flat in qualifying. You have to be super smooth about it. But in the race, it's definitely not the same, as Potato goes up to P3.
Speaking of the fast chicane, that is Mitchie out of the session. Trying to get a...
Oh, that's a big crash.
Good. Yeah, that's at turn 13. That's at the fast chicane, like we said. As Gary runs over a Red Bull wing and a Mercedes. Why don't you look at that?
I mean, he lived, so I mean, no harm done.
No harm, no foul, but Silencer in P9, I believe his best run was on the mediums. He's actually 7/10 up. That'll put him at a 22.9, which will be around Kieran and Dixie. I wasn't able to look at the exact time he was up. I don't know, 7/10, so around that Kieran Dixie range. So I believe that was Bad Bunny that just went up in the P2 and Williams, so...
I'd watch Silencer here. Going through the Sector 2 split, he was 1.6 up on his lap time. As of right now, that is provisional pole. if he can better that lap time through the third sector, which is going through now, he looks super quick for that hairpin. Wow, such a lot of commitment from the Alfa Romeo. Going down the main straight, DRS wide open. What's his lap gonna be? Yeah, 21.5.
Wow.
I told you to watch out. Look at that.
That is realistic tier for correlation. Realistic tier pole time was a 20.9 or 20.7. It was 1 to 2. Silencer, not that off. I would say that's a win, but Kieran went up in the provisional pole for a short time for 22.1, but with the Alfa Romeo lap time of Silencer for 21.5, that is going to be a hard task to beat, but something that we need to talk about. It's a great qualifying so far for the Williams team. P4 and P5.
Yeah, they've had some notable qualifying performances. They've definitely been up there. I'm not sure. I think one of them has a pole position. I'm going to go and check that in the good old statistics. You're right, Potato. Yes, he does have a pole. It doesn't look like Bad Bunny does. But, yeah, Williams have definitely had some notable performances. We can no doubt see that again. Right now, as I said, P4, P5. That's pretty good for them.
Ron coming across the line goes P2, P6 of 22.6.
Yeah, 1.6 off of Silencer, so that just shows Silencer's pace. But this is something Ron is known for. He's not the best at qualifying. He's said it himself multiple times. It's the race where you'd have to watch out because he's consistent and he keeps it out within the track limits. That's why he is leading the championship as of right now, especially with all the wins and podiums that he's had. And no doubt that's going to stay the same.
Yeah, and like you said at the beginning of qualifying, how much time's qualifying left, by the way? Because mine is not correct, so you're going to have to relay on that.
5 minutes, 30 seconds.
That's so. So what is the exact timer now?
5 minutes, 23.
Alright.
You're trying to work out the math with the one that you have, aren't you?
Yeah, so I am around 1 minute and 11 seconds behind, so.
Could be worse. You could be 9 seconds. 9 seconds off. No, not 9 seconds. 9 minutes off. But you know.
Yeah, you know, we're fine. We are fine.
Just trying to find anyone that's currently on a lap, and right now it seems like either they've been validated or none of them are on a lap. So I think everybody.
Oh, Solar! What a save! Goes too fast in the fast chicane and almost loses the car going through there, but was able to save it and just locked it down really. What a save from the McLaren driver.
Yeah, it was definitely close for him, but luckily he managed to keep it out of the barrier, and he'll probably go into the pits for a new set of softs. Yes, he does. Looking over in the chat, Silencer said that lap made him pretty happy. I do not blame you at all. 6/10 ahead of the next driver. Come on.
Let's see if you could be more happier and improve on your lap time.
Oh.
That's the real question here.
Yeah.
But the first driver to cross the line and start their lap is the Mercedes of Gary Solar's at the session. It'd be nice if you would be able to invite him back. But Gary is on a lap now as we will go on board with him. So going through turn 1, keeps it very clean, do not hit the throttle. He could go a little bit quicker through there, but taking the safest route possible. Let's see. Oh, I just had a stroke. But going into, I believe that's turn 3, very smooth on the brakes. Do not hit that curve because you'll get understeer. Same with the turn 4. Now go to turn 5. I believe this is turn 6. You can hit the curve a little bit. Very smooth on the throttle input, brakes and throttle. But in the sector 1 split, almost a whole second up on his lap time, which is really good. But now going through this little straight here, I wish I knew the quarter names to help me out here, but doesn't take the nicest of lines, entering the quarter, misses the curb. That curb right there will spin you out, but was able to miss that. Now going through the long chute, going into the fast chicane. Do not hit these curbs there. The curbs here are deadly. You couldn't tell. Purple sector 2, but going to the fast chicane takes it very, very slow at a crawling pace almost compared to qualifying pace. But now going through here, very smooth on throttle. It's a little bit of understeer coming out of the oversteer, but now not the fast chicane, almost invalidates, but keeps it clean. Now going into the hairpin, you can get a snap of lack of grip, but he keeps it clean. Now going through the line. Let's see what he does. Comes across the line and does a 22.1, which puts him P3.
Yeah, slots on in between Goofy and Kieran, a decent lap time. Crucially, ahead of his championship rival, Ron, in which he's all the way down in P7. Ron, however, he can improve his lap, so can everybody else, so that can definitely change next coming laps as Goofy's about to start lap, and I think next person to cross the line is going to be Ishigo, going down the main straight. Where does he put that? Alfa Romeo. Oh, it's an Alfa Romeo 1-2 now.
Oh, gee.
That's a statement piece for the constructors.
Yeah, that's going to be crucial.
That is definitely something I'm going to keep an eye out, see how that constructors pans out. Yellow flag in sector 2, I think. That might be just for the Williams getting out of each other's way. Yes, they are. Let them move today. We move.
No.
Looks like everybody's now getting their laps in.
Yeah, so make this all the way. I'm eating a chicken sandwich, so if I don't come in after you talk right away, that's why. So
fair enough.
Have to bear it with me for a couple minutes here as I will eat.
I think the first person to start lap time is going to be the Mercedes Quick Tone. He's currently 4/10 up on his lap time, which would keep him P14 actually, as he had a pretty poor medium tire. Gary has retired, so he is not going to be able to improve on his lap, and that is going to be P4 at best for him.
That doesn't look like a pit lane like retirement manually. That looks like he crashed in the pit lane.
Ouch.
Honestly.
It probably was, but it's probably just the angle of it. Who knows?
Who knows it? His pit lane is banked, by the way. If y'all didn't know that.
Oh!
We saw that. We both saw that, right?
Yeah, that was a good save from Quick Tongue. Wow!
Yeah! Solar's back in session. That is good news for Commentator's Box, as qualifying ends in around 14 seconds now, so that means Goofy, Gary, and Mitchie, and that's Quick Tongue out of qualifying now. That is for sure. Let's see the next driver to cross the line. I believe that's Red Bull Vardell. Let's see what he does. He actually
didn't improve.
Is he going for another run? Kieran Evans is out of qualifying. Whiffy puts it up to P7. Ron's out of qualifying. It's P9 for him.
Oh, Skeppy's out.
Next
that's on
driver
track.
Oh, yeah, so that's Skippy P12. Maximum Dash Potato out of qualifying, and he's in the wall. Doesn't retire, though.
Oh. All right, then. Looking as right now, Silencer went into the pits, so he's not going to be able to improve his lap time. Ishigo, he backed out. So Ishigo not able to improve. Bad Bunny, is he on a better lap time? I think he is. Down the main straight, where does he put the Williams? By 5 thousandths!
Wow, that was close. So, is Whiffy doing another lap? It doesn't. No. Silencer retires. I'm not sure if that's in the pit lane or on track. I hope it ain't on track.
It's in the pit lane.
Alright, we're good. Yeah. I saw an Alfa Romeo slow, and I thought that was him. But I believe, actually, qualifying isn't done yet. We still have Ardell.
And
Rage.
on another lap? Oh, he is.
Oh wow.
He invalidated
Jinxed him hard right there. That's tough.
Yeah.
So that's Rage. Let's see what he can do. He puts it. Stays P14.
Yeah, not the best
that's
lap time
qualifying
for the
over.
Alpine. Yeah,
well,
that's qualifying.
What did you think of that qualifying? So, instructors' reasons. It ended now. Alfa Romeo clearly would have the upper hand, with Gary only receiving 10 points compared to 25 and 15. The math, that's 40. So Alfa Romeo would be constructors' leaders, and I don't think Ferrari would even gain on either of them. So
no, they would not.
Ferrari's gonna 2, 4, 6. That's 8. Nope, wouldn't gain. They would in fact lose out. So Ferrari is gonna need a better race in terms of qualifying. But I think the best analogy, Ron said it himself. is he's like, I'm not sure what year it was when Niki Lauda won his last championship. But Ron told me that that's his mentality. He doesn't care about qualifying. All of his setups are meant for the race, so I think we're going to see something better than P9 for Ron if he doesn't crash out and have any mistakes happen to him.
I'm now checking Niki Lauda's last championship win. 1984. That's what it was. So his mentality is Niki Lauda in 1984.
Yes, so that is something to say. So I'm sorry, Ron, if you didn't want me to say that, but sorry, not sorry.
Silencer is not very happy with Bad Bunny because Bad Bunny ruined the Alfa Romeo 1 too.
Cry about it.
Ouch! I was not going to go to that extent, but alright.
Yeah, cry about it. In the race 1-2 better than quali 1-2. I know that from experience, and you do too.
Yeah, that is very true.
Yeah, time to check race director.
I was just about
Mediums,
to do the same.
That's it. One medium.
That's definitely going to change, though.
One medium.
I mean, to be fair, like I said, the medium difference comparison to the sauce is around 1.1, 1.2 seconds. So if you're on the back,
Solar mediums, so have to.
They're not listening, I guess.
The medium horde.
Forget what I said.
The medium horde is growing.
Slowly.
For only 2 people.
Oh.
2 people.
That's actually kind of surprising. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't race in any F1 league races anymore. It's unfortunate. Next season, though, I'm making sure I return to realistic.
Yeah.
Realistic, I miss racing and realistic. I miss it. So much better than managing. I love managing, though.
Oh.
Wow. Rage and Quick Tongue disqualified for the formation lap.
Rage is on the mediums, let's not forget. So that is definitely not going to help him off the start. Quick Tongue, Mitchie, be careful. I'm saying that right now. Be careful.
Mitchie's on pads, so he'll probably not have to worry about it. But since I said that, he's gonna crash on the start. So I apologize, Mitchie, if it happens. And that is my fault. Commentators curse to be wild in these days.
Yeah, I've definitely had that many times. This is only my first season of commentating, and I've had that at least like 7 times minimum. So.
Did you invite Solar back? By
yes,
the way?
I did.
All right, good.
I'm on top of this. You should know me.
We're on the formation lap, by the way, if you haven't noticed.
Yes, I am fully aware of that. It's banter. That's all it is.
Yeah.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is Silencer's first pole position. If I'm not correct, I'm looking at the wrong sheet. Here we go. Silencer.
Yes, it is.
First pole.
This is the second race. I want to remind you.
That's true. So, Silencer already showing in the first race, and now the second race, that he has pace. And that's exactly what Alfa Romeo needed in the late stage, especially since we know Ishigo can be quick. Just needed a teammate after Katra left. Well, you got one, and you got what you wanted.
Yeah, you did.
You'd be pretty happy about that. Ichigo's gonna have to be
Come on,
careful,
I need
though, because let's not forget, if he wins, but Ron scores at least 8th, Ichigo is knocked out. So he has a lot of weight on his hands if he wants to stay in this championship.
Yep. But now we're just waiting for everyone to line up on the grid. That way we can get the start underway.
Boy.
Guys?
We're waiting on McLaren. There we go.
There you go. Oh, alright, the 5 red lights are on for Australian Grand Prix. And and it's lights out, and away we go. As Silencer gets a good start, but DXT gets the better of the front row. He's gonna be ahead of Bad Bunny and the Williams. Going into turn one chaos. I see wings flying everywhere. That is a murdered Alpine off track. But now going into turn three, the slow airpin. Seems like Alfa Romeo's got off to a very good start, but now Whippy, B5 in the Ferrari. When Ferrari needed him to step up, look where he is now. P5 ahead of Gary. Makes a little bit of contact to Fardell, but they keep it clean. But Ardell already looking for a response against the Mercedes of Gary. Going wheel to wheel, going through that corner. Ardell's able to get that move done, but what a very chaotic first sector. But let's see if Ron makes a move on Potato, and he actually does. Very uncharacteristic from the Ferrari. So he actually is able to get the move done. That puts him up in the P8. Skeppy pressurizing the Williams and Potato to get up in the P9. He's able to do that, but Yito goes all over the Williams. So I think Potato was the one that got wing damage, and yes, it is.
Yeah, he's really struggling through that fat chicane. Doggo's now past him on the inside, and Yito, unsurprisingly, is not going to fight that. That is huge, though, for Ron, because he made up only one position. Gary, he went down 2 positions at the start, and look at that, now lost that center, but he gets out of the way. No! Skeppy's out.
What has happened? Solar's in the pit lane. Potato, Gary. I do not think Skeppy intended to do that, but if you're DXT or Dell and Gary, you're smiling. If you're Ron, you're crying in your little corner.
If you're Alfa Romeo, you're smiling. Because if Ishigo's good start and Silencer also getting a good start, they're 1 and 2 in this race. Whereas Ferrari, they're only gaining 10 points, and Mercedes are only gaining 4. So this is all of a sudden already played into Alfa Romeo's hands. It's only the second lap, but so far, they're looking pretty.
Oh, that's Mitchie around. That's going to help Alfa Romeo even more. But that puts Ron up in the points, so that's 1 more point towards Ferrari. But like you said, it's only lap 2. Anything could happen.
Mitchie has right side front wing damage. He's missing an end plate. I'm not sure what's happened to the Red Bull, but that has ultimately ruined his race. Skeppy has left the session after that massive incident in turn 15. That sucks, needless to say. But yeah, that's crucial for Ron getting back into the points.
That's Solar retired. Oh. Wow, who would have? And that's a VSC. How much are you on the bet that it's going to upgrade to a safety car?
It could theoretically happen. Yeet Doggo is into the pit
lane.
Yes.
Wing damage.
Where did he get that from?
I have no clue, but it's lap 3. DRS has been activated. The drag reduction system. It just helps with the downforce. You get less drag.
You need me to explain it.
Yes, you go for it.
Okay, so in the DRS zones, as explained in qualifying, and down the main straight after turn 2, and after the fast chicane of turn 11 and turn 12, that rear wing flap will open up, and that'll give you an extra boost of straight line speed if you are within 1 second of the car in front. In which, as of right now, everyone's evenly spread out. The only people that would get it would be Ishigo, Whiffy, Ardell. But that was made to help overtaking. It was a thing back in 2010. 2011. It's stayed there since. And, well, that can definitely play
Ardell's looking for a move on a Whiffy backs out of it, and that's quick tongue out. That's actually in the fast chicane. Like I said, it would be a problem in qualifying. And Yito goes all the way back here, so we're going to have to wait and see how Quick Tongue crashed out. If I had to guess, got on the grass and corrected it, and then corrected it again. And yeah, I'm right. I would have to assume. But no VSC or safety car. Wow, great game.
Well, I'm surprised that when I'm thinking of them, obviously, this is helping Ron more, considering the fact that all the cars in front of him are making
Ardell with
mistakes.
the dive on Whiffy! Whiffy has to avoid to give Ardell space, but that was very bold of the Red Bull driver, but nonetheless, that played out perfectly for him, which actually will help Red Bull and the constructors and break Ferrari down, but still won't matter as much as Alfa Romeo. Still with that big lead, do not need any mistakes from both of Romeo drivers as Ron actually got around a range. That's actually a yellow flag for a range. So Ron P7 and Whiffy P6.
Well, from drama on the first lap to now being given positions in the next coming lap. So Ron, again, the consistency, he knows how to keep the car under control, and it's helping him.
Ardell with the snap coming out of the fast chicane, he saved it. But that's going to help Goofy tremendously with the DRS. Unless Ardell can claw back in, which he's already has. So...
Yeah, I would say Ardell, he's had a lackluster few races, to say the least, really. He hasn't finished on the podium since France. And that was 12 races ago. If he wants to stay in this championship, and he's 84 points behind Ron, he needs to be making these moves, and he needs to do them now. He's on the back of Goofy. He's on the DRS button. Goofy does not have the DRS, so Ardell is definitely going to go for it. Down the inside,
yes,
into turn 3. Does he get the Alfa Romeo?
Are you kidding me?
Squeezing.
Are you kidding me?
Squeezing the Aston Martin too much, and that has cost him. Commentator's curse. Hello, we're back. Good to see you.
Ron wasn't gifted a position, but it helped him gain, that's for sure.
Haley's saying in the chat that was a NASCAR, and it was. As Kieran's out, turn 5.
And that's safety car.
Ooh. Wait a minute.
So
when did Ishigo get past Silencer?
Wait. You're right.
I completely missed that. Ishigo, where did you do this? Huh? What?
The last time I looked at the top 2, DXD was like 5/10 behind of going into Sector 2. So something must have happened in between the little section with Ardell and all that.
I'm gonna go with
yeah.
with Bailey's answer and saying that Ishigo teleported into the lead. That's what he did, and he's into the pits, and so is Alfa Romeo.
Everyone is.
Oh!
Silencer, 5 seconds. Oh no! Chances are he's gonna have to serve that too. With the double stack, are you joking?
Yeah, Alfa Romeo, they were too close, and well, there's not really anything they could have done. They had to double stack, because the mediums, theoretically, they could make it to the end if ideally there is another safety car, or they know how to manage their tires. So, crucially, they had to do this, and unfortunately, that's cost Silencer, well, theoretically, only one position. Goofy, I don't think he hit it. No, he didn't. No, Goofy's actually not in the session? Hang on. Trying to see if he's here or not.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to ask him. Well, you're gonna ask him, but
well, I'm
just at a loss for words. But interesting little split. Bad Bunny goes for the softs. Silencer mediums.
You should go hard.
Both Ferraris gone softs. Ardell hards. You doggo mediums, Gary softs, Rage Mitchie mediums.
I'm finding it interesting, though, that Ishigo Ardell, they're on the hard compounded tire. Obviously, those tires, they will easily make it to the end. It's just whether they have the pace or not. I'm not entirely sure. I'm just thinking, though, I've been thinking about this for ever since lap 1. Obviously, Ron, he got hit in the back of Steffi. He's looked okay, but my question is either does he have possibly diffuser damage? And if so, probably light, but could theoretically have that.
So DXD just told me how he got the lead. Silencer lost the rear end, and he got past right as the safety car came out. So we couldn't have seen like the position change on screen because the safety car popped up on our screen. It's like really big for me because my TV is like really, really small. So I probably can't see half of the things that the stream can, but
Noston, I guess, runs back into the pits, interestingly. He goes on to a set of mediums. So I think that might have been a mistake from the Ferrari, and he's deciding to abandon that, and now that's going to cost him position to Gary.
Interesting. It's a mixed bag. Very mixed bag.
It definitely is a mixed bag. Yeah.
Like, this is a math problem worthy mixed bag here. That's how mixed it is, you feel me?
Yeah.
Like,
sure.
What is the probability an F1 driver pits for the hards out of 12 drivers?
I mean, as of right now, it's 2 out of 12. The math, my math isn't entirely all that great as of recently, so I would just pull out the good old calculator.
If you do simplify, it'll be 1/6, so whatever 1/6 is the probability.
16.6%.
There you go.
Hit the math.
Freak.
Bailey, do you not see Ichigo and Ardell on the hard? Actually, he's on the hard. So that's 3 out of 12. That's 25%.
I'm pretty sure that was the AI that did that.
Yes, it did. It did. Being told by Bob's race not Bob. One of my Ron's race engineer that Ron did want to pit for mediums, but the game just simply said no.
That's how it be. But safety car is gonna come in the slot. Make sure you don't get any 5-second time penalties.
Yeah, that's gonna be the one thing
realistic in the McLaren.
To for.
But DXT is backing the pack up. That way he can go on his discretion. He's going to be on the hard, so he's probably going to have a worse traction compared to the Williams and Bad Bunny, but he's going to wait really late to go. Probably going to go on this exit. As I'm right, as he goes, he doesn't catch Bad Bunny out as much as compared to his teammate and everyone behind him, but now it is green flag conditions. I do not see any moves being made except from the back of Rage and Yeet Doggo, but he backs out of it, so a very calm start, at least for now. Ardell on the grass, trying to make a move on Whiffy, dives it still, but doesn't have the big enough brakes to do so, as that's actually Goofy around.
He's off the track.
That's what's everyone, yes, according to track map, he actually is off track, but Ardell defending for his life because Gary is right behind him and he's on soft, so he's going to have the better pace compared to the Red Bull of Ardell. Let's see if Gary does anything going through here. No, he does not, but battle for the lead is shaping up as well as DXT's on the hards, Bad Bunny Sauce, and his teammate Silencer. DXT's teammate actually on the mediums, is my thing is actually glitched and it won't let me toggle through the drivers. Nice. Oh my lord. There we go.
Because Potato joined. He was out of the session, but he came back and he got into his car, so that's why that happened.
That was... So we have... My internet is glitched right now. As Bad Bunny, 3-second time penalty, not helping him out whatsoever in this, especially at the end of this race, but gonna be the first of many. But Whiffy is actually in the pit lane. I knew it was too close for not any contact we made just up in the front, but we're lap 9 out of 29. Now Bad Bunny is actually off the track there, but DXT Ichigo and Alfa Romeo will be defending for his life in order to stay in the lead. As actually Bad Bunny hits the rear gearbox of DXT, as actually his teammate is going to go around the outside. That's a little bit of contact. Bad Bunny's able to save it, but Silencer, he's showing his shoulders early. I forgot the term. But Ardell's going to look for a move on Bad Bunny going through here. Well, same thing happened to him as Bad Bunny's actually off the track. He's not able to correct it. Actually, he does. I'm having a stroke, but Gary gets through on Ardell, at least not now. Oh, there's contact! That's Ardell around. You knew that the moves were going to be too bold, and it was going to bite him, and the bite was made just now, and that spins Ardell around back in the P8. But Gary P3 and Ron P4 is actually Potato gets a snap going through there. Is actually save it. Itogo gets a 3-second time penalty for extending track limits. as Mitchie gets around Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny must have damage, but Alfa Romeo drivers have been just commanding this race so far with no challenge.
Yeah, it definitely looks to be like that. I'm questioning though for the front two. Obviously, they're 1 and 2. Alfa Romeo. They've got Gary behind. But the question is, Silencer's on the mediums. He started on pole, so he definitely has the pace. But will they swap? Is the question. So Silencer can get ahead. Ishigo can back up. So then Silencer could pit if he does pit and catch up to the grid as Ishigo gets a snap over at the exit of turn 3. So he's struggling a little bit on the hards.
Hards are not good at this track whatsoever anyway, in my opinion. To answer your question, I do not think they're going to swap. If they were, it's too late now anyways. Gary's on the rear gearbox of Silencer. So I think the 1-2 is going to stay like this. Mitchie 3-second time penalty for extending track limits. So like I said, going to lap 9, time penalties will start kicking off. And guess what? I am standing correct as I believe it's DRS lap. I'm pretty sure. Yes, it is. But so this is going to be interesting to see as Silencer actually doesn't have DRS. As Silencer just lets Gary through.
That is very interesting there. So, well, I mean, Gary will definitely have to pit no matter what. He's on a set of softs. He started on the soft, so he's going to have to pit again. I think Silencer is thinking the long game here.
He definitely is, but with all the swapping happening, really, this is benefiting Ron as he's actually 1.1 out of the DRS range, and we have a battlefield lead between DXT and Gary. Gary's able to get the move done, and he's going to have DRS, so he's probably going to have the overspeed, but he's not using the battery as he actually has 40% battery, as Dixie's teammate is actually, Potato gets ahead of Ron, and what I just missed, I am down bad. The two Alfa Romeos made contact, and now we're 3 wide. What is happening? What just happened?
It looked to me that I think Ishigo just might have locked his rears and nearly looped it, and that caused Silencer to hit Ishigo and everyone else to catch up. Does Silencer have damage from that contact? He's being overtaken by Rage. Not quite. Oh no, he's got damage.
He does.
Oh no.
Like he said at the start of the race, it was only lap 2 in a span of 9 laps. Not even 9 laps. It went from a 1-2 to a 4 and possibly out of the points.
You gotta feel for Silencer there. He was on the pace. He was up there, and unfortunately, just contact with his own teammate. Rule number 1: you do not crash with your own teammate. What the? Okay. No. I saw something a little weird. I wish I could record that, but I can't. Looks like Potatoes crashed. But, no, actually, no. Okay. So, I saw something a little strange. So, Ron was, he was on the back of Potato. Potato was ghosted. But when Ron was trying to make his way through, Potato's car just broke. He didn't hit anything. He was ghosted. Ron was inside. Potato's car basically turned into a bomb.
Well, I was talking to my grandmother, which is unfortunate that happened in the moment, but I can't blame her for that. But that sucks. I saw it happen on the track map. I tried going to it as quick as I can. Bad Bunny speeding penalty, drive through for speeding under the safety car, which he cannot serve under the safety car. If you didn't know that, by the way, you can't serve it under safety car. But he's going to have to serve it under green flag conditions. Anyway, back to what was happening. The XC just went off track for some reason, but I saw Ron make a move. Potato wasn't ghosted for me, so that is just a result of a good game, if you ask me. Gary's in the pit lane, and so is Ron, and basically everyone else, probably.
I'm just at a loss right now of what happened, but yeah, Everybody into the pits. Except, no, never mind. I thought Ron didn't go into the pits. He did. Everyone, no doubt, going to go into the medium compounded tire. Doggo, yeah, he's in on the mediums. That's actually one lap old medium, so that's interesting. Batman gets another drive-through. Rage is on 4 lap old mediums. Everyone else on fresh. Goofy stays out. Well, obviously he doesn't have to because he's only got 1 lap on the mediums. Whiffy's in, Bat Buddy's in, stays out because he's got a fresh set of mediums.
So it's gonna help everybody.
Well, the top 2 are the top 2 of the championship once again. What are the odds? They just can't separate those 2. I'm pretty sure. Actually, wait a minute. Okay, that's uncanny. The past 2 races, Gary and Ron have finished. U.S. Ron finished 2nd, Gary 1st. Mexico, Ron finished 3rd, Gary 4th. What are the odds?
Well,
it could happen again.
So the gap is 20 points. So 8-7. That would be 13 points heading to Brazil with 4 races left. I cannot believe it's already 4 races left in the BRL season. That's wild. But nonetheless, it's getting tight, and that will knock you. And for reference, DXD is less than 2 races behind Ardell. So with the way it stands, Ardell can be eliminated as soon as 3 races left in the championship.
That can definitely change those. The fact that Ardell he is currently P5. If Ron were to finish first, he's losing 15 points. That is a super late call.
Yo, that is going to be, oh my. So everyone is going to anticipate it too. Safety car's in the pit lane. Gary can go at any moment. He's probably going to go now as soon as his car straight.
Oh my gosh.
He would have called it. He went. DXD, Ron and DXD and all of them were definitely caught out. Ardell wasn't. Down on the inside of Itago to get the move done. Whiffy 3-second time penalty. DXD's looking for a move on Ron right now, actually. Mitchie's around. It's all unraveling very quickly on the safety car restart. I believe that's Rage making a dive on Itago. It is. He's not able to get the move done, but Whiffy is able to get around Rage. So, like I said at the start of the race, when Ferrari needed him, Whiffy has delivered so far, but Ardell only 3/10 or so back on Ron. He actually, I thought he was going to spin due to the huge amounts of RPM right there, but was able to save the car. Gary is already out to a 5 lead. I'm not sure if everyone's meetings can make it all the way though. You're going to have to confirm that for me.
I would assume that they would. Obviously, they pitted only a couple laps earlier on lap 12. That's usually the pit stop window as to when they pit. Ardell gets a 3-second time penalty. He's actually making a move on Ron on the inside, and that looked like a pretty easy move for the Red Bull.
I think the way things are shaping up right now, it will be Deeks Ishigo eliminated from the Tier 3 championship contention, but for him to in it right now is just
looking over at Ishigo's track record. The lowest place he finished in USA. The rest, podium. That explain why he missed his own. But yeah, right now, but I don't think he cares.
Oh, that's the yellow flag, I think. Yeah, that's the E-Doggo probably just letting everybody through. Not sure if he has damage. It looks like it, the way he's pulling over for everybody.
Yeah, looking like it.
Which is unfortunate.
Bad Bunny served his 2 drive-thrus, and he's now 42 seconds off the pack. Williams, we said they were looking good in qualifying, and that's unraveled with them.
Man, just how quickly things can change.
Really, yeah. No, Silencer is slowly starting to make his way back up, I've noticed. He's made his way back up into P7 now. He's on the back of Rage. Rage getting a little bit on the curb there in turn 14. If he can play his cards right, he could shape up a move in the next coming corners or laps, as Ishigo now sets the fastest lap at the 125.1, so Ishigo's on charge.
DRS has been activated, the drag reduction system. He already explained it once, no need to explain it again, but
yeah,
Ron can hang with the Ardells. If Ron can hang within the Ardells' DRS range, I believe he can at least make an attempt to catch up to DXD Ishigo, but DXD Ishigo setting the fastest lap. I don't think he's taking any prisoners tonight, but for him to take no prisoners tonight, he's going to have to win the race. In order to win the race, he's going to have to pass Gary. First step is to catch up with him, which is with the DRS, and he's in that DRS range right now.
Yeah, Ishigo showing once again why he stayed in contention, having the pace, and he's coming up to the DRS detection zone, and he's got it just within a tenth. He is going to have the DRS, and that'll pull in closer. He's not going to be able to make a move on this straight, but if he gets a good exit out of the final corner, be in turn 1 or turn 3. Have to watch out.
What just broke?
Don't worry about it. Nothing broke. Just don't worry about it.
Bro, like I was just sitting there talking, I just hear your whole house just break. But like you said, with an exit, if DXT got a final exit, he would be there, and guess what? He is there all over the rear gearbox. Mercedes driver of Gary. Going to turn 1, not able to get the move done here, but if he uses the battery and times the dive bomb right, I think he'll be able to get this move done, but he's not looking for a dive, at least not on the inside. He tried it on the outside, but will not be able to get it done. Yo, that's Bad Bunny. So, wow, that great. Too bad, looking even worse. That's a VSC. I wonder if that's going to be an upgraded to a full safety car.
We'll have to find out. I noticed that down into turn 1, that silencer got past Rage, so that's for P6. And, well, we said that Alpha Romeo, all of a sudden, I guess you could say, down bad. But they're starting to pull through again. Ishigo in second. Silencer climbing his way up. He's on the back. He's going to get close to the back of the Ferraris now. Trying to overtake them so they can get closer and take the lead of the constructors.
It's a tense battle to watch, especially down. You need good results at this part of the season. Great race. It's a big.
I mean, sure, Ron is out ahead by 20 points, but that can all change. I mean, especially right now, because Gary will be gaining. He's on the back. He backs it out. He's going to take the exit out of turn 2. Oh, he's going to go to 10 side. Is it going to be neat? Yes, it is. Go up into the lead. Ron are now going at it. Ron around the outside into turn 3. They make contact. Ron now going to have the inside into turn 4. Ardell managing to hold it. And he takes the decision. No, hits the curb. But will stay ahead.
Yes, very racing. I didn't see any shoves. I think the 10 shoves were made. That is, but no shove. That brung his team and the sister team, Alfa Romeo of Silencer, right back into it. Bottom step on the podium.
Yeah, obviously, Silencer definitely making personal best in the second. Great with the Ferrari and have the inside in 5.
If you look at time, wrong one, but I was 6. So even with Whiffy's 3, that's gonna be a put him ahead. Ardell is P8 right now. Ron P3. Silencer P4. Whiffy of Rage. Actually no. P5. Whiffy P6. And Goofy P7 are now P8. Or Whiffy may be P7 and Rage will be. I don't know. I can't bother. I can't bother doing that right now.
That could definitely change on the next couple of laps. Obviously, yeah, Ardell just extended the track a little bit too much, and he's currently the one with the most time penalties as it stands. Let's see if any other drivers get it, such as Rage or Goofy or Silencer. I'm gonna bother because there's just no point. It ruins the fun. But yeah, Ardell is pushing his luck, though he is slowly.
Ardell's pulling away from Ardell? Thanks, you know.
Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. He's pulling away from Ron, is what I'm saying. Is what I meant to say.
Oh, thank you.
Someone who's also pulling away.
Know that.
Ishigo has pulled out of the DRS of Gary.
Well, DXC's doing his part to stay in the championship, that's for sure, but Ron's consistency, man, you just can't count it out.
You definitely can, no. Because he sets the fastest lap. So there you go. He's going for it. He wants maximum points out of this.
Yeah, this 26. So,
I mean, thinking of the math right now. So, if he goes 26 and Silencer's 12 because of Ardell's penalty, they would have a total of
yellow
30.
flag, that is
no.
Mitchie.
Oh yeah, that is. Spun off at turn 2.
Ron is actually out of Ardell's DRS. That is interesting. There, especially with Silencer on the rear gearbox. Silencer is also looking very pacey. We knew that the Alfa Romeos were going to be very pacey heading into that first safety car. We just didn't know what he could do. Ooh, Ron! That is a very rare snap out of the Ferrari of Ron Swanson there. As actually Ardell with another 3 seconds. That makes it 9 as Silencer. No challenge against Silencer, as that will put him P4 on track as DXD is to go.
Oh.
Are you joking me? This race has become a roller coaster of
time penalties, put it simply. The time penalties are now starting to roll up, and Gary has the DRS, sets the fastest lap now, dipping into the 24s. Gary, he doesn't have to make this move now, he just has to stay on the back of Ichigo and not get any penalties now.
Gary is he's below 10 battery. Now he's at 10 at the corners. The corners help elevate the battery go up. You didn't know.
From what I know, actually, this track has been known to regenerate ERS quite a bit. But I think what Gary's plan now, he's just going to stay on the back of Ichigo and just gain all that ERS back. And, well, possibly go for another fastest lap. I don't know. But one thing's for sure is that this is going to help him in the championship.
That is something that is a positive. With DXD now not even winning, it doesn't matter where Ron is, according to you. He's knocked out of a championship contention. Gary needs a time penalty from, not Gary, DXD needs a time penalty from Gary, and DXD needs Ron to crash out at this point.
Like I said, though, Ichigo probably wouldn't care. He's here just for the fun of it, and, well, he's fast while doing it, so, I mean, fair play. Gary having the DRS on Ichigo once again, but it's just not close enough. One person that is gaining on the next car, though, Silencer, is on the back of Ardell, and he has DRS.
I am really not that surprised, considering how quick are you joking me?
He's lost his wing.
Are you kidding? That's a virtual safety car. I'm not showing any emotion because have you ever been so emotional that you can't show emotions? Yeah, that's me right now. Just are you kidding me?
It's kind of like that meme with my disappointment is immeasurable and my day is ruined type thing. But it's not day ruined. No. It's just disappointment is immeasurable.
I'm so emotional that I'm emotionless. I'm in shock. Actually, that would be the best way to put it. I am in shock. So, DXD, with no front wing, the VSC's ended. Now, Gary has a 3-second gap to Ardell. Silencer is right there with Ardell as well, and with the DRS. But we've seen how aggressive Ardell has been towards other drivers as Whiffy gets another 3-second time penalty for multiple track extensions. But this will be something to look out for, because if Silencer is able to get around Ardell with no challenge, which is virtually impossible from the way we've seen Ardell race everybody else in his tier. But Ardell is gaining on Gary, by the way.
Slowly,
so,
yes.
Yes, but Rage is in the pit lane, probably for a fastest lap grab, as DXD will definitely be in the pit lane, but here we go! Silencer is going to have to overspeed. He's going to look around the outside going into turn 3. Ardell, we've already said it. He's going to defend hard, which he is. He squeezes Silencer out. Contact was made, but Silencer is able to save it. But Silencer will have to stay behind Ardell for another lap, as Ardell actually didn't lose that much time with that battle between himself and Silencer, which shows how much Ardell's pushing to keep Silencer behind him.
I also think that Gary might be just taking it easy a little bit because he's got 3-second buffer, plus with the fact that Ardell has a total of 9 seconds. I think he's just going to play it safe now. We're almost near the end of this Grand Prix, so I'm not surprised. But if Ardell and Silencer catch up to him enough, he could be possibly in danger, because Silencer could grab his back. That is not out of the question.
Yes, no question about it. So, for constructors' reasons, it'll be 15-16 Alfa Romeo. Mercedes will get 25, actually 26. At least for now, because DXD and Rage are on sauce, probably doing a fast slap grab. So 26. So that will mean Ferrari Ardell with another 3 seconds. It's just racking up for that Red Bull driver.
It definitely is. One thing's for sure, though, is that Ron is licking his lips, to put it simply, because as of right now, he is no doubt standing on the podium. As much as he would want to be higher up, he wants to be leading or second place limitation. I mean, he's still getting a podium out of this. He will lose half of his championship lead, though.
I mean, it's better than DNFing and losing out 26 points.
That is true. That is 100% true. But it's just not what he wants. He wants to increase that championship. And right now, that is definitely not looking to be the case. Why do I have so many pings on this? Go ahead, sorry.
No clue, but look at the gap to Ardell and Gary. It just went down 3.1 to 1.9 in 2 sectors.
Yeah, they're pushing. They are definitely pushing in this. Silencer, he's wanting this. He knows that Ardell, even a Silencer can carry himself, and well, he's gonna want this pace to keep going.
Needs it. It's 1.7. Mitchie, 3-second time penalty for extending track limits. Everybody gets guaranteed points. 90% rule, I believe 90% is 26. So as long as you make it past lap 26, if you crash out, you still get points. So, yeah, there's that. I'm just giving out random fun facts at this point. As the gap between Ardell and Gary is 1.9, Yeetdog a 3-second time penalty, extending track limits. So you do not need to get a penalty. It's going to be now as Rage gets that slap, which is 1 less point towards Gary in the championship, which is absolutely crucial. This has gone pretty. The gap's open, backed up between Gary and Ardell, so it seems like that was just a simple error. DXD fastest lap, so that's 2 points to his name, which will go towards Alfa Romeo and the constructors, which will be crucial, but nonetheless, I think if Silencer wants a shot at this win, he needs to get around Ardell now, because I do not think Ardell's going to get the DRS engine time. And speaking of getting around Ardell, here comes Silencer. That's a yellow flag. That is for Mitchie, and Ardell does not put up a fight, and now that is Silencer ahead. And now let's see what Silencer can do to chase down Gary.
Thought for a second that Gary to the right just slipped out and he nearly spun it, but that hasn't been the case. That is crucial for Silencer, though. It was definitely a much easier battle than what he went for before, where he nearly got shoved off into the gravel, but this was much easier for him. Ardell not close enough to challenge back, so Silencer is going to keep that position.
Yes, it is. It's been a great first 2 races for Silencer, though. That is for sure. Debut for Mexico. I have said I have a great memory. Never mind about that. But I'm not sure where he ended up in Mexico. I'm sure it was a great result, though, considering his pace. But the gap started down to 1.9 between him. Yes,
Silencer. Yes.
That is a good result for a debut driver. So yes, my statement shall stand with how he's had a great 2 races here. Is Mitchie 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane?
Don't retire.
Going to try and finish out this race.
I don't want to see another retirement.
Don't retire. Get the 90% rule in, and then you can retire because you get guaranteed points.
I think he wants to grab the fast stop now again. As whether he'll take it from Ishigo, I'm not entirely sure. We'll just have to wait and find out.
It's a yellow flag. That is E-Doggo.
Yeah. So that turn 5, once again, bites another victim.
So the closest battle on track is between Ardell and Silencer. Silencer hasn't even gained that much time on Gary, so I think like Gary's just turned on the jets really to ensure that Silencer will not get into the arrows range and even have a thought to challenge him. So I think Silencer is just thinking of just managing and keeping the car on the tarmac, do not get any time penalties. So, at least, as by the way, this is lap 27, no more VSCs or safety cars, so if you crash out, you get no second chances.
Yeah.
For especially these drivers, so you need to finish out these last 2.5 laps strong here. I'm on the tarmac. I think as long as Ron, Silencer, Gary don't crash out, that's going to be your podium. With Gary, Silencer, and Ron. Alright, here's like the time penalties here. 12 for Ardell, clean for Silencer, Gary, and Ron. 6 for Whiffy, Rage, and E-Doggo. 11 for Mitchie, and 8 for Big Fishgo. Goofy has 3. So there is your time penalties for lap 27 coming to lap 28. But something to look out for. Battle for P2 between Ardell and Silencer is once again shaping up.
Ardell was super late on the brakes into turn 13. It looks like he wants to make this move, but he just has to be careful because obviously he's going to lose quite a few positions, well, mainly to the 2 Ferraris as of right now. No, actually, no, maybe not. No, yeah, both. He loses position to both the Ferraris, but he's just going to have to be careful because he doesn't want to lose more and possibly get within range of Goofy, which obviously is nowhere near. So I think Ardell, he knows he's lost his battle, so he just needs to do what he's doing.
That's another yellow flag. That is for E-Doggo, and that means Mitchie will get around E-Doggo for P9. Once again, crucial for constructors. Any position matters, as I believe it will be Ferrari winning out the battle for actually 12-27. So, as it stands, Ferrari will be in the lead by a point.
No, actually, they tie.
Really?
Yeah, Mercedes, yeah, grabbing. Actually, no, never mind, you'd be right. I thought Gary's still the fastest lap. That's my fault.
Nope. If it was a tie, who would it go to? Just for information.
It'll go down to which team has the most wins. So looking at it, Ron has 3 and Gary has. Actually, no, they both have 4. They'll go down to second places. And they have the same amount of second places.
They go down to third.
Then, and Ron would have it. There we go.
There we go. So that would be Ferrari.
Yeah, it would.
That's a yellow flag. I'm not sure who that's for.
I think it might be for E-Doggo, so like he doesn't have a front wing. On the final lap, by the way.
Yeah, I was about to say that once you're done with this instance. And it's E-Doggo, 5 second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. But we're in the final lap of this Grand Prix. No battles on track though, so as long as it stays how it is, I wouldn't guarantee anything though because it's tier 3. Someone's gonna get a time penalty and it's all gonna set off. But we're in the final lap of Grand Prix. Silencer gap between himself and Gary is 1.6, 1.5. So Gary is just crawling. He's at a crawling speed at this point to ensure that he doesn't get any time penalties. Ardell is 4 tenths off, so he's definitely pushing. Mitchie 3 second time penalty for multiple warnings.
Oh, he's actually off. This is Mitchie.
Yes, he's off. Fast chicane. You see Ishigo battling for Rage though. It looks like they're going will to will, but going to fast chicane for a final time. Everyone negates it through safely. But now going through sector 3 for the final time. Gary, if he keeps it clean on tarmac, he'll have this race victory. But no guarantees. So this is 2-3. Anything can happen. But going through the slow hairpin for the final time, it was Alfa Romeo's day until the safety car came out. But after that, it's been Gary's day as he will come across the line to win the Australian Tier 3 Grand Prix with Silencer P2, Ardell P3 on the track. But Ron will get P3 with the P4. 15 plus 12. Do the math. Dude, the math.
I'm sorry, I just saw a
27.
huge crash from Mitchie across the line. He just completely binned it right outside the pit exit. But doing the math, 15 and 12 for Ferrari and 25. So Ferrari would be leading the championship by just a single point as it stands.
Wow.
You should go. Where are you going, bro? There we go.
I was about to say, but...
He was into the grass.
15. So 15, do the math. So 1, 2, 4, 6. 6 plus 15, 21. So Alfa Romeo actually loses a couple points.
You gotta hand it to Silencer though. From the from getting pole, having that contact with his teammate, and managing to come back from what I think was P9 all the way up to P2. Props.
Yes, props for him.
Sorry, Gary's skipping across.
Yes.
Like, that was pretty funny.
Yeah. Here you go. Here's your finishing order. So, Gary P1, Silencer P2, Ron P3, Whiffy P4, Ardell 5, Goofy P6, DXC P7, Rage P8, Mitchie the homeboy P9, Udago P10, and Bad Bunny will come across P11. So, now we get the podium finishers in here.
Yep. Going through it though, yeah, so with that, Ferrari lead the Constructors' Championship now as it stands by just a single point. Mercedes still very much there. Alfa Romeo, they grabbed a total of 7th place. That's a total of 6 points, plus the fastest lap 7. 18, doing the math in my head, that is 25. So they keep the gap between Mercedes at the same. So that's crucial.
Yes, is in the party. I'm not sure. Yes.
Yes, they are.
Alright. Well, make sure everyone's audio is included. That way we can start off interviews. Miniko, why don't you start us off with the Ferrari of Ron?
That I will do. So, Ron, P3, not entirely the best of days, considering the fact that your championship rival won the race and cut the championship lead down by half, but crucially gaining another podium thanks to, once again, has been the case of the entire season, keeping it within the track limits. What are your thoughts about that race?
I got a quick question. What is it down to now?
10.
10 points only?
It's cut down by half, so yeah.
Well, I don't remember what it was originally.
20.
20.
Yeah, that was, I'm proud of myself that race because good old Skeppy, yeah, he slammed into the back of me and my wing went orange. And he died. I'm surprised I didn't die. He hit me and I don't know if his wheel exploded or his tire exploded off his car, but he DNF'd.
I think if I remember correctly, he hit the back of you, which obviously lost his front wing. But I think another car hit him on the left side, causing his left tire to pop off.
Yeah, it was a little unfortunate because I got orange wing damage on the rear of it, and there was just nothing.
You had
after
orange?
that. It was terrible. I had a I do have to explain this to you. I got a different setup for this that wasn't the realistic setup, and this thing was planted like a son of a bitch, but it had no qualifying pace. And so I was really looking forward to this because I knew the race pace was there, and it all disappeared with that. But most of the corners I had to take half throttle. It just was not fun at all. But hey, I got P3 and his thing is M Rhodes, so that's why I confuse him. Whiffy was a very nice teammate. He just stayed behind me. He wasn't trying to battle me because it was clear we were both going to get Ardell, and he had 6 seconds. But yeah, unfortunately, the guy I didn't win, but it's good to him. And I will make this little announcement real quick. I most likely will not be able to make the next 2 races and that is because of work. We have inventory, and so I'm making that little announcement now. So this might have been the final hoorah. All depends on if Gary wants to DNF the next 2 races or not. But that is just a little note. But it was fun, and I'll just pretend this may be the last hope. So it was fun. It was a great battle, and I think both of us deserve to win it anyway. So it was great, and it was a fun race. Also, at some point, I don't know if Potato's listening, he like died in front of me. Like he had an X above his name. And all of a sudden, I accidentally went through the back of his tires in the final turn, and his front wing exploded, and he went dead left. So something that didn't on my screen happened on his screen, but I did have that clip, so I do want to apologize for that, because I don't know if I murdered the man or not, accidentally somehow, with voodoo magic. That's it.
I'm just going to clarify that real quick. He got a game freeze mid-corner, which caused that to happen, and that's why he DNF'd out of the race. So, yeah, that's why.
That reminds me of a certain NASCAR game that was made last year.
Alright, Zach, do you have a question for me?
No, I do not. Congratulations.
Or wait, hold on.
the front.
Minico, do you have a question
Hey,
for me?
I do, actually. It's
See,
so
Zach?
I'm glad that you asked. Freaking Zach. Come on, man. But
Hey.
thanks to this race, and Whiffy being up there with you, 3rd and 4th, 27 points for you guys. As of now, you are currently leading the Constructors' Championship by just 1 singular point over
who?
Mercedes.
Oh, that makes sense.
Do you guys think you're able to clinch that, or do you think Alfa Romeo or Mercedes will fight back?
I have no idea.
Alpha will.
Alfa
Alpha will.
Romeo, actually. I just realized DXD's a very fast guy if he's not dying. And Gary doesn't even have a teammate, and I kind of gave up on the Constructors' Championship a long time ago because Whiffy sadly couldn't show up for like 5 races straight because of his job. He showed up the first race and sadly died in the 2nd corner after getting pole, and then he didn't show up the next 5 because he had his job. And so I kind of gave up a long time ago. I don't know how the hell we're in the... I don't know.
I think you should ask yourself, considering your consistency. I think that's really the one way you can point this.
I don't know where I am right now.
You're
Also, the
leading
truck
championship,
race is
dude.
on. The truck race is on. NASCAR Camping World Truck Race, sponsored BRL. Yeah.
You just got us copyrighted, man.
Yeah, nice fucking job.
All right,
But,
let's let the other guys have an interview.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to do that. But congratulations, 3rd place. Not entirely the race that you wanted, but still some good points. And now we move on with Silencer. His first ever podium, P2. Zach, do you want to take it, or shall I?
You shall do it.
All right, then. So, Silencer. Last week
What's
was
up?
your debut race for Alfa Romeo, and you grabbed 5 points from that by finishing, 10 points from finishing in 5th, showing what you were capable of. This race, you turned it up to another level. You grabbed pole by just 5 milliseconds over the next car. Unfortunately, some moments here and there throughout the race, but you managed to come back from outside the top 5 and climbed all the way up to P2, and crucially helping Alfa Romeo in the Constructors and yourself in terms of your position in the Drivers. Tell us, what was that race for you like?
It was interesting, because before the first safety car, I think Alfa Romeo had an easy one too. We were just going to play the team game, pull each other along. Then the safety car came out, which made it really interesting. Gary was on soft, so I ended up letting him by, because there's no point in fighting. And then it kind of went downhill when I got damaged.
Yeah, it may have gone downhill, but nonetheless, you still managed to come back. Unfortunately, the wind was just a little bit too far ahead.
Yeah.
But still, just your 2nd race, and you grab 2nd place. That kind of rhymed. Wow, okay. That totally unintentional there. But still, great points for you and for Alfa Romeo as you, well, I would say close in, but you kind of keep it level in the Constructors. Is that you guys' goal for the end of the season?
Might as well be. We'll be going for the championship in Constructors.
I mean, you're only, I think, like 10 points behind. Definitely not out of the question.
I think we both have the pace to make it happen. But so does everyone else, so it'll be interesting.
Yeah, solid team though, Alpha.
Yeah. So, Ferrari, Mercedes, watch out. That's Alfa Romeo's calling. But nonetheless, well done to you once again. Zach, do you have any questions for Silencer?
No. If you heard Ron in the background, bro. Ron isn't intimidated. So, yeah, congratulations. Ron! Shut up, please. Bro. But anyway, congratulations on your P2 Silencer. You're having a great 2 races so far. But as we move on to our race winner, Gary, our championship protagonist in the Mercedes, and the other championship protagonist in the Ferrari. If only this is how 2018 panned out. But anyway, this isn't 2018. This is a virtual game. But move on to Gary. Gary, it was a very quiet race from you, really, except for that battle for Ardell, which lasted like 2 corners. But that was about it. But you sticked around behind the Alfa Romeo. Safety car came out. There's some mishaps with the double stack with Alfa Romeo, but just allowed you to get ahead of Silencer. Not to worry about him, and then Dixie making that mistake with 3-second time penalty, and then spinning out. Just get your thoughts to that race, really, and how did it pan out in your eyes?
Yeah, like I say, it was just a steady, quiet one, really, which I'm quite happy with, to be honest. First corner, got a bit of wing damage off the back of my bunny, but first corner incident is you're expected to keep an eye out for the car in front, so I was a bit gutted at that. But I had to work my way back from there, put the hards on, because I thought if there's no safety cars, technically I can take them to the end. But as soon as they came in, luckily the first and then the second just panned out in my favour to be P1 on the last safety car. Like, it's really ideal. Got a good gap whilst the other drivers were battling, and then yeah, finished off. And like I say, Silencer chasing me. I knew it was going to be no easy feat to keep him at that distance, but like I say, when you've got Ardell battling you, and obviously I was just hoping that obviously they'd keep busy between themselves and let me kind of keep that pace, which I think happened for quite a few laps, but then obviously it got the last couple of laps, it scared me, it did. Yeah, happy with the win, and
Yeah.
unfortunate to hear about Ron, really. I was really looking forward to like the last end of the battles, but hopefully you can get a sick note, or I'm sure there's some disease going around that you might be able to get 2 weeks off or something. You never know.
Yeah. Well, that answered my question I was going to ask, but joke's on you, I have another one. Next week we're going to Brazil. Joke's on you. But nonetheless, we're going to Brazil next week. What are your feelings around that track, especially knowing the IRL action there and how it correlates to the game?
Oh mate, I love Brazil. I really do. Like I say, I'm old school racer. Just watching Michael Schumacher drive around it. It's always been an iconic track, and it's always been on every F1 game since I can remember anyway, so yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I think all of us say the same thing when are agreeing with you, saying that we are more than excited to see what comes up next week. I have a question for you though, in terms of the constructors. Obviously, Mercedes, they gained. Well, no, they didn't gain, but they stayed level with Alfa Romeo, and they're only currently 1 point behind Ferrari in the constructors. Do you guys hope to get that and clinch that in the next coming races?
You never know what's going to happen in the next few races, but yeah, we're gonna be looking to be racking up some points in the final few rounds. So, like I say, watch this space, see what happens.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to wait and see what happens. I'm not sure if you have any more questions, Zach. Do you?
No, I did not. Congratulations on your win, Gary, but that will wrap up the BRL Tier 3 stream. Here in about 30 minutes, it'll be me and Miniko again, but just swapped. But tomorrow, we'll have the fastest tiers go at it, Australia. I've said that many times and time again, but that story will not change. Tier 1 and Tier 2 will tackle all in Australia. Be very excited to see what to do on Saturday. But on Sunday, we will have ACC, I'm not sure what track it will be, but if you do not like F1, I would recommend watching ACC, as it is very entertaining to watch, to say the least. I may get the game myself, I have to wait and see, but we'll just see you in 30 minutes, really, that's it.
Bye!